This video is for all my fellow sensitives and empaths out there because let's be real, being in this world sometimes can feel really hard. I know that I've struggled at times with just the intensity of being on this earth at this time. I'm Asia Suler, writer, teacher, earth intuitive, and author of Mirrors in the Earth, and this video is a guide to 4 steps to take as a sensitive and empath so you can thrive in this world. I use these 4 steps all the time to help take care of my sensitivity and to feel like I really have a place where I can shine in this world, where I feel protected, safe, grounded, and alive. So you can do these steps along with me now or listen and try them at another time. Step 1 is to curate your consciousness. As a sensitive, you are deeply aware of the world around you. You are probably often tracking everybody in your life. You are keeping in touch with what's going on in the world around you, whether that's literally through the news or just energetically. As sensitives, we always have our feelers open, so literally everything is coming into our consciousness at any time. So if you want to thrive in this world as a sensitive or an empathic person, you have to be willing to curate your consciousness. What does this mean? This means that you have to be willing to have boundaries on what you allow into your field. For you, this might be, I'm not going to look at my phone first thing in the morning. I'm definitely not going to look at the news first thing in the morning because I know the moment that I see those news stories or the moment I click into my social media feed, my brain is flooded with all of this sensory input that then overwhelms me from here on out. Another way to curate your consciousness might be, I don't have conversations on the phone before 5 p.m. or I don't have conversations on the phone after 5 p.m. I need that time to clear my consciousness, to be open to feeling my own thoughts, my own feelings. Now, these are just a few examples, but you are going to know for you, what is it that you need to do to curate your own consciousness? And if you're doing this along with me right now, ask yourself, what are the things you engage in that bring your energy down, that seem to drain your energy? Is it social media? Is it talking to certain people or going to certain kinds of events? Just take note of this. Perhaps throughout your day today, notice when your energy hits a dip or a low, and then ask yourself, what am I doing in this moment? What am I exposed to? What is coming into my consciousness? And is there a way that I can curate this, that I can put these boundaries in place to make these decisions? Because the reality is that we are deeply affected by what comes into our brains, into our fields, into our consciousness. I realized this from a young age, that the books that I read would affect my dreams. The movies that I saw often made me feel a certain kind of way for days at a time. I realized that I cannot watch scary movies because I literally start feeling like I am living in a scary movie if I watch one. It's just part and parcel of me being a sensitive person. So are there things in your life that you are exposed to or you are choosing to expose yourself to that are actually really affecting your consciousness in a way? You have permission to curate that. You have permission to decide when and where you interact with some of these things. So what are some things that you can decide that you want to let go of now or that you're only going to engage with at certain times? This is an empowering way to curate what is coming into your field. And by doing so, you can actually allow your mind and your nervous system to have the space to tune into you, to tune into your own energy field and what it is that makes you thrive. So the second step goes along with this as a natural progression, and this is to envision your boundaries. Now, we talk a lot about boundaries as sensitives and empaths because we need them so much and because we're so naturally boundaryless. In this exercise, I want you to literally envision a boundary around yourself. It's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to actually use your intention and your inner consciousness, the power of your mind, and envision these boundaries. Now, your boundaries are going to look specific for you. Maybe your boundary will be a bubble. Maybe it's going to be a fence. Maybe it's going to be a bright light. I love envisioning my boundaries as a hedgerow. So a hedgerow full of a diversity of plants and berries and flowers planted in a thicket of thorns. all around the edges of what I conceive of the garden of my life. So I see that hedgerow far enough out from myself that I know I have space to move and stretch and explore, but thick enough that the energies that I'm not willing to have in my life have a natural barrier where they're kept on the outside. So take a moment now, if you're following along with me, and envision your boundary. What visual is coming up for you when you tune into this? This boundary should be something that makes you feel good, that makes you feel protected, safe, alive, and spacious, because ultimately that's what boundaries do for us. They actually help us as sensitives to feel more spacious in our life because there's more space for our own energy to spread out. I recommend envisioning your boundaries at least once a day. So either first thing in the morning before you go about your day, or perhaps at night before you go to sleep to really call yourself back home. You can envision your boundaries before challenging situations, or maybe before you're going into a public sphere where you know your sensitivity is going to be on alert. Really take that time to envision that boundary, see it in your mind's eye, use all of your senses to engage with it, and I promise you that energetic boundary will be there to help protect you. The third tip is to connect in with your own individual essence or frequency. You have an energy that is all your own, and you are here in this lifetime to have that energy completely embodied in your life. That's your goal. That is your purpose in life, to have your energy be what animates your body, your form, your life. Now, as sensitives, we're often very in tune with other people's energies, the energies that are moving through the world. This can be a beautiful thing. It makes us really good listeners, therapists. It makes us really amazing practitioners. It makes us really highly tuned into the subtle realm. And it can get confusing. What's my energy versus what's someone else's? Who am I versus somebody else? So taking time every day to envision and feel your own energy. And here's how I love to do that. And you can follow along with me now if you'd like. Envision that there is a beautiful light coming into your body now. This is the light of your wider self. This is the light of your home frequency, who you truly are. Now, it helps you to do so. You could let your eyes close to visualize this light. I want you to see this light moving into your body now, completely and totally into your energy field, and notice, what color is this light? All of our lights are going to be different. Your color is going to be different than someone else, and this color holds a very particular frequency, the frequency that is you. So really take a moment now to see this color. Don't overthink it, just let it arise into your mind. And see this colored light flood completely into your body. How does this feel? This light is moving into you so fully that there's not space for anything else but your own light. This frequency that is you. This beautiful, vibrant color that carries the energy of who you are. See this light flood completely all the cells in your body, so much so that now you're radiating this light. This is your home frequency. This is who you are. This is your innate energy, and this is a place where you can rest. So you can use this visualization anytime you need, and this color is a gift. This color has come to remind you of who you are. So if you have time, maybe sit down and write a little bit about what this color brings up for you, where you've seen this color before, what it reminds you of, how you feel when you interact with this color. This color will now be like a touchstone for you to remember who you are and remember that feeling of being at home with yourself and fully ensconced and connected to your own home frequency. Step number 4 is to learn how to come home to yourself. So we've explored these 3 tools which will help you throughout your day to stay centered, grounded, and inside your own energy field, which is your place of power. Now we're exploring how to come home to yourself at the end of the day or whenever you need to. You know, as empaths and sensitives, we're constantly exporting ourselves out into the world to interact with people, to be available for other energies. So learning how to come home to ourselves is an essential skill. I know for me, what this looks like is often taking care of the sensory aspects of my surroundings. So putting on music that I really like, or maybe even putting on a white noise machine, dimming the lights, lighting a candle, getting into soft, comfy clothes. All of these sensory details help me in my mind and in my nervous system to come back into a state of relaxation, to feel available for this process of coming home to myself. As sensitives, we're very attuned to our environment. So whatever you can do to make your environment feel soft, cozy, safe, and less overwhelming will help you come back home to yourself. And then there's a visualization that I like to use at the end of the day where I actually see myself as a map of lights. And I notice where these little lights might be out in the world. And I call each one back home one by one until I feel my own light complete and intact and whole again. So the way that you come home will be unique and special to you. Maybe it's being alone. Maybe it's being with your pet. Maybe it's sitting outside underneath your favorite tree. Whatever it is, take some time today to think about it, to figure it out, to ask yourself, what is it that helps me feel like all the lights of myself are back home, safe inside of my being? Taking time every day to come back home, to be in your home frequency, to bathe in the energy that is you. This is what gives you energy to be out in the world. This is what gives you power to be doing your work in the world. You as an empath, as a sensitive, have really important gifts to bring to this world, and those gifts are intricately tied in with your sensitivity. So learning how to take care of yourself as a sensitive person in this world is how you give the gifts of your being to this planet. So if you are loving this information about how to care for yourself as a sensitive person, and you want to know how to be supported in that, and specifically how the earth can support you in your sensitivity, then definitely check out my book, Mirrors in the Earth. The book was specifically created for other sensitives and empaths on the journey of learning how to flourish in this world by learning how to value themselves and take care of themselves as sensitive people. This book is all about interacting with the natural world so you can see the nature of who you are. And I've loved connecting with people through this book being out in the world. So if you do read the book, I would love to know what resonated with you. Was there a specific chapter or moment or plant in the book that really spoke to you? It has been such a blessing to work with so many sensitives on my path because sensitive people are magnificent. Sensitive people have incredible gifts that only someone who is as sensitive and empathic as you can bring. So thank you for being who you are in this world, for the sensitive, empathic person that you are. What you bring to this earth is special, it's needed, and now more than ever, your gifts are so deeply needed on this planet. Are you still watching this video? If so, then you are my people. I'm so delighted that you're here because I have a brand new live class series coming up this autumn that is just for highly sensitive people. It's called the Sensitive Series, and it's a 3-week magic school that was designed to help you understand the innate magic of your nervous system as a highly sensitive person so you can tap into and access the possibilities of your life. If you are someone that constantly worries that you're doing enough for others or the earth, or if you often feel like you're operating from a place of overwhelm, if you're someone that craves depth in life, depth of feeling and meaning, you maybe often feel depleted by being in this world, but you've gotten these glimpses, these glimmers that another way is possible. You are someone who knows that you're here on earth for a reason and you want to show up for that mission. Then this series is for you. In the 3 parts of this series, we're going to explore the fact of your nervous system and the reality that it's its own kind of magic wand, and that when you learn as a sensitive person to work with your nervous system instead of against it or trying to force yourself into something you aren't, then you open up all this potential for enchantment and magic and possibility in your life. In the second part of the series, we're going to explore the secret garden of your life. And this is all about relating with others, boundaries, how to have the kind of containers in your life where you really feel nourished and held, where you can end the day without any sense of stress or anxiety around what you did or didn't do. You have this solidity within yourself. And in our final session, we're going to talk about the singing bowl of your gifts. Highly sensitive people have incredible gifts to give this world. And just like a crystal singing bowl, when we have the space to really resonate, we can create a vibration that like literally fills the spaces that we're in with beauty and with harmony. Sensitive people are here to help shift the nervous system of our planet. It is sensitivity that is going to bring us back to our senses. So if you are a sensitive person and you're really interested in understanding and harnessing the innate magic that comes with sensitivity, the magic that is your birthright as a sensitive person on this planet, then I would love to see you in the series. I will place all the information about these classes below. You can check it out there. And if you're feeling called to be a part of this group of compassionate hearted sensitives this fall, then I cannot wait to see you there.